1, 2, 3. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning!
Good morning. So, for today's discussion, I will be talking about attention and concentration. But before we proceed with the discussion, I want everybody to stand kay naatay activity. And this activity is called memory and exercise. Stand mo, stand. So, one instruction. First, as a first slide or as a first part of the video is that I will be giving you a picture. I will give you few seconds to familiarize the picture. And then after few seconds, I will give you 30 seconds again to answer the question and do the matching exercise. For example, how many basketball ball did you see in the image? So, dalo. Tapos, ay apat. So, after choosing the answer, na yung mga corresponding ng mga exercise na inyong buhaton for 30 seconds. Okay. Ready na ba? Pwede ba matras na gamay? Ay, pwede ba matras tayo? Very lights. Okay na ba?
Okay na po!
Okay, so this is the video. Ayan, I'll give you a few seconds to familiarize the picture.
Orange.
Picture na nga ulit.
5, 4, ay ba picture? Memory and exercise ulit. 5, 4, 3, 2,
How many baseballs did you see?
Exhibit,
Five.
no?
Five.
O ano yung answer mo? Exhibit
Five!
tayo. Yeah.
The correct answer was
You
5.
got the wrong
The next
answer. Wala yung wrong. Ay, sundo ka. Okay, next one. Familiarize the... Right. Yeah, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Try not to share your answer para lailahin mo answers.
How many tennis rackets did you see? 4, 6, or 8?
Don't share your answer.
The right answer
Right over is... I'm not reading wrong. You're reading wrong. Ay, mali. Halina po. Again, familiarize. Okay. Familiar naman po.
How many basketballs did you see?
4.
4, 5, or 6?
Execute lang. Huwag niyong share yung answers niyo.
The answer was 4.
The answer was 4. Last one. Last one. Familiarize again.
How many running shoes did you see? 2, 3, or 4?
Very last yung exercise. Para kayo lang.
This time the answer was 3.
Okay, thank you everyone for your participation. I hope now you have something to learn sa videos. You have learned something? Yeah. Ay, shit.
What is memory though?
So, before the discussion, di ba my topic was about our topic, Miss Sophia, our topic was, is all about attention and concentration. But before we proceed to the main topic, let me ask you first this question. What is memory? What is memory? Anyone?
The ability to
Cheska?
retain information.
Okay, the ability to retain information. Any else? Any answer? Any other answers?
Mga past activities.
What?
One, it is your mental capacity to store memories, to store knowledge. And
Very nice. So, so diba, according to the definition, memory refers to the psychological processes of acquiring, sakto, storing, retaining, and later retrieving information. So that is the memory. That is the process of how memory works. And memory can be presented as multi-store system. So what is this multi-store system? So this multi-store system, we have here the SS, SPM, and LPM. Klaro ba? So, SS,
You inverted with the...
so SS, so first we discuss that SS means sensory store. Sensory store includes our sense of hearing,
Feeling,
touch,
taste, smell,
and
see.
sight. Ganon. So that is our sensory store. And sensory store can hold information for about 250 milliseconds. So for example, example lang is that karon you have eyes. Kita po ninyo. So that is our function. Kasi ang function ng sensory store is for processing, computing, and navigation. For example, maglakaw ka dere, you see the chair. So what do you do if you see the chair? You sit or you likay para mato ka sa door. So that is how sensory works function. It helps us to navigate our surrounding, to process the things that we want to do in our surrounding. And then we have here the STM or short term memory. Do you hindi ba kayo nagtataka kung bakit may fish dito?
Si Dory.
O, di ba si Dory, di ba sa finding Nemo, si Dory ay may
Short-term memory loss.
a short-term memory loss. Actually, according to research, fish, mga isda daw, can only retain 3 seconds of their memory. And nga, study na siya, theory na siya, but then, it is not yet proven since mahirap studihan ang ang fishes kasi ang ilang behavior mahirap i-observe. So mato, ang alam theory is that most fishes can only retain 3 seconds of their memory. But sa animal kingdom, ang may pinakataas of memory daw kay kung sa water we have dolphins. And then kung sa land we have gorillas aside sa humans. Yeah. So, nabi-study that after 20 di ba captive dolphin sa zoo ba yan? Sa aquarium,
Ocean Park.
sa Ocean Park, ganon. And then, siya trainer. After 20 years, nagbulag sila. Then after 20 years, the dolphin still remember the trainer. So, happy diya kung siya murag. Kaya after, for those 20 years nga, hindi nagsama yung trainer at saka yung dolphin, ang dolphin na-depressed. Di siya mukaon. Tapos, ang ear ribs kay kanang, very thin, di na siya tambok. But after 20 years, nakita nila balik ang trainer ng dolphin. At then, nabuhayan ng dolphin na siya, na very happy. So, nawali ang depression. Na-meet niya yung trainer for after 20 years. So, ganun yung memory capacity ng mga dolphins. Short-term memory holds information for about 30 seconds lang. Ganon. Later on, i-discuss na ko the process of how sensory store, short-term memory, and this long-term memory. Ang long-term memory is capable of holding information for a long periods of time. Example of long-term memory. Ano man? Sa inyo ano inyong mga memories? Childhood memories. Do you still retain? Can you still retain? Do you still remember your childhood memories?
Yes.
A lot, di ba? So that means if you have remembered your childhood memories or kanang mga reminders yung parents or is functioning very well or very healthy pa yung mga brain. Ganon. And then, yeah. But, not problem. All the information that passes through sensory store does not reach consciousness because individuals are only able to process a limited amount of time from the vast amount of information that they are exposed to. Kaya siya, it is applicable to most of us humans, functional human being. But for some people nga na ay photographic memory, di ba? Unang tingin, ma-memorize nila, nakita ka dira, na cellphone, na si Cheska, na si Joshua. Lahat ng mga details in one scenario, ma-memorize nila anong color ng ceiling, pila ka chairs, ganon. Mo na ang mga kakayahan ng mga may photographic memory. But for us, human, normal functioning human being, our brain is not designed to retain those specific so complex details sa ato ang surroundings. Kaya if kana siya mahitabo, possibly, for example, we're always retaining very specific details in our daily lives. Possible, ang atong mga previous memories is mawala. Di ba? Our memory is more siya ganang memory card. Kita say, ang memory na atong brain is memory card. Pag ma-full gali na siya, pag ma-full ang atong memory, mag-delete siya og mga old memories. Baga, may new memories na mo store.
Unlearning and relearning.
Share ko lang. Did you know that our brain can store up to 205 petabyte? Ay, di ba? Gigabyte, megabyte, petabyte, terabytes, ganun. So, katong petabytes is more like thousands of gigabytes na gina siya.
Full storage.
Our brain can store that much of information. But then, kita, a normal functioning human being, we are not able to maximize. Thank you for the word. Maximize our capacity to store so many things. Kay, possibly, it can cause stress or mental overload, issue, ganon. Kasi hindi naman tayo design for that. So, nahitabo. Therefore, a selective attention mechanism selects some sensory information in the sensory store for further processing, and the remainder of the information in the SS is lost and then replaced by more recent sensory information. So yun yung sinabi ko kanina, di ba? Kung may bagong memory, ipapasok sa brain, tapos yung mga older memory na hindi na relevant sa inyong daily lives, is lost, mawala, ma-delete atong brain. So we have here this diagram or this chart. Di ba SS includes our eyes, nose, taste, touch, and hearing. So by having sensory input, noise, people, touch, nature, anything sa atong surrounding is our sensory input. And then sensory input will be received sa ato ang sensory memory, sa ato ang senses. After ma-receive, hindi naman lahat is importante. Diba? For example, you're walking from your boarding house to school. Diba? From walking, nakay ma-perceive nga maglakaw ka. So, to ensure your safety, mapakilit ka sa dalan. And then, pag maglakaw ka, you can see the texture of the road, the color of the road. Si color sa road. Gray, texture, rock. Tapos, imong makita na po, mga tao, mga trees, sakinan, ang nature, makadungog ka sa sound, the honking of the cars, the chismis of the marites sa iyong surroundings, and everything. And then, sa iyong sense, very above, init, ang moisture. Diba? Pero, ang imong goal, diba, is walking from your boarding house to school. So after perceiving those things, dili na nimo na siya i-retain. Okay? That is not kasi that is not important, that is not your focus, that is not your attention. Ang iyong attention is to simply walk from your boarding house to school. So, di ba? Wala na siya. Ito na yun, attention. And then, di ba, palagi naman, everyday naman tayo hindi everyday, every other week, tayo nag-face to face. So, by walking everyday, kunyari, by walking everyday, merong nagaganap na maintenance rehearsal. Maintenance rehearsal kasi, araw-araw mo nang ginagawa. So, nare-retain mo yung saan ka ba dapat maglalakad, anong pacing ng paglalakad mo. Kasi after rehearsing, memorize mo na. For example, ako, memorize na ako. From boarding house to school, kung naglalakad lang, 8 minutes. Abot na ako sa school.
Ang mga 5.
5,
Sure po na.
hindi. So, di ba? After doing those things over and over again,
Hindi mo magod siyang routine.
you will that sense or that scenario will be stored in your short-term memory. And then some things again, hindi naman talaga naiiwasan na may information na mawawala. Kasi siguro hindi mo na bigyan ng focus or attention yung those details, kaya mawawala or malos. And then, after doing such short-term memory, after doing that routine every day, it will be encoded to your long-term memory. So kahit pa siguro naglalakad ka lang na nakapikit, makaabot na gid ka sa school. Di ba? That guy, considering walay cars na raw, ano ba? So basta pag mag-PR ka, mag-baptize ka palulong sa school, mag-abot na ka sa school. Kasi na-memorize mo na yung roads or kung saan ka maglalakad. Relating to our context sa atin, mga physical and health educators. Give me a sport.
Basketball.
Basketball. Sige. What skill in basketball do you want to achieve or
Shooting.
sige, dribble, dribbling.
Dribbling.
So, sa dribbling, specific ta sa dribbling, kung mag-dribble ka, what senses will you use?
Eyes.
Eyes.
Touch.
Diba? Ang sight. Ang touch, what
Hand.
sense? Diba?
Hand.
Grip.
Grip.
Grip sa ball, ang force. Ang sa sight, your body awareness. Dapat nakabend ka, diba?
Yeah. Yeah.
Focus na sa self. So, nakabend ka, ang grip sa imong ball, is dapat may force, diba?
Tiny.
So that's the use of our sensory memory or sensory store. And then, after doing such skill over and over again, we will retain it to our short-term memory. Diba? So, ma-memorize mo na yung kung anong correct na force, anong correct na bending, ang body
Timing.
position, ang timing, ganon. And then after doing that skill routinely, it will be encoded to your long-term memory. So di ba, most players, they long-term memory, they can dribble while giving their attention to other things. Since that skill is kanang embedded na silang memory, may tinatawag na muscle memory, di ba? Ang ilang attention is nasa other things, but then they can still perform the dribbling skill perfectly. Gets na ba?
Yes.
Gets na ang process. So, we have here that issue na po. The main issue with transferring information from STM to LTM is that if the past experience does not exist, then the new skill has to be reinforced through feedback, error connection, and continued practice in order for the performer to commit the newly learned skill to their LTM. So, di ba, nakita ninyo sa sa diagram kanina, kahit na nasa long-term memory na, hindi naman sinasabi na you will retain it forever and ever again. There will be a time na makakalimutan mo yung skill na iyong practice. So, pag nakalimutan mo, babalik ka naman sa process ng retrieval. Ganon, yung may retrieval. So, since nakalimutan mo yung skill, i-retrieve mo. Gawin mo ulit, although you are familiar with the skill, but still, if you want to master it, you master that skill, again, you need to retrieve it to your short-term memory. Yes, Ra?
Yes.
Okay. But the working memory or short-term memory has a capacity of about 4 chunks in young adults. Therefore, the coach must consider how much information and feedback they are providing the performer, especially in the early stage of learning. Actually, this 4 chunks of capacity of about 4 chunks, wala siya sa module. Pero, ako na lang siyang research. So, these 4 chunks include central executive, visual spatial sketchpad, phonological loop, at episodic buffer. Actually, ang diagram is very similar sa kanina na diagram, yung may sensory input, may short-term memory, at may long-term memory. Kaso lang, itong central executive, dito sa diagram, instead nga STM, central executive yung tawag. And this central executive is responsible for controlled processing in working memory. So for example, short-term memory man ito. Example is that you can multitask. For example, you are driving. Tapos while you're driving, may katawag ka sa phone or sa imong shotgun seat. May passenger ka. So di ba, you can do 2 tasks perfectly at once, simultaneously. Ganon. That is the central executive. You can give attention. You can divide your attention to many other things and do it perfectly. Ganon. And then the second one is the visual spatial sketchpad. So this visual spatial sketchpad can be represented as the blackboard of your brain. For example, trash can. Sa inyong brain, physically, wala kayong nakikita na trash can. Imagine a trash can in your brain. Imagine a trash can. What's the color of the trash can? Black. What's inside of the trash can?
Garbage.
Basura. What kind of garbages are there in the trash can?
Malata. Banana.
So, that is the purpose of the visual spatial sketchpad. In your brain, you're imagining
Panit sa banana.
imagery.
Sorry.
Diba? To process the the short-term memory. Kasi it is important to retain the short-term memory. Kaya kung wala kay imagery sa imong brain, how will you retain the things in your life? How will you retain the information in your surrounding? So, di ba? Ay, basta sabi niyo na, familiar lagi na, ganun. Kasi, may, parang murag deja vu, kita murag na kayo. Na-imagine na nimo siya sa una. Ganun. So, that is the imagery. Yeah. And then, the other one is the phonological store. Phonological store comprises a phonological loop. Phonological loop comprises a phonological store that is dedicated to working memory and that serves to temporarily hold verbal information. Example, sige I will give you my number. Then after 1 minute, I want you to recite my number. Sige ayun yung lista. Ayun yung lista. Sige I will give you my number. After 1 minute, mag-time ko, at I want you to recite my number sa ako. Sige, ako number.
Anong weakness?
Kay 0930 63 82 417. 0930
63 82 417.
I'll give you 1 minute. 0930
Ha?
Retain time memory.
82. O say last. Say last
930, 6382, 417.
Sir, 930 6382 417.
Memorize, memorize.
Crazy mga Josh.
Don't share your answers. Try to remember it in yourself.
Nakita ba yan ka Josh?
Okay, 1 minute is up. 1 minute is up, and then I will call you later na lang. So, the next one, oh, di ba? Dapat try to retain that memory. The next one is what we call the, what do you call this one? The episodic buffer. Ang episodic buffer, wala siya diri sa,
PPT?
wala siya sa diagram. But the episodic buffer is connected siya, the bridge sa central executive to the long-term memory. Episodic buffer, from its root word, episode. Sa imong daily life, your mind creates an episode. For example, from morning, nag-brush ka, naligo ka.
Morning routine.
Yeah, di ba? A series of memory, ganun na nga. Nag-walk ka, padulong sa school, tapos nag-klase tayo, tapos nag-lunch tayo, tapos nag-klase ulit, tapos ato tag 7-Eleven. And then, later at night, and you still recall that episodes of your daily activities. That is the episodic buffer. You try to create an episodes of your daily life.
Consequence.
Yes po. Ganon. So that is how we retain memory. Okay na ba? Again, mga tanong ko, what's my number? It's a maka-memorize. Ako!
Pero.
0930-638-417. Okay, pabilis.
Ano, taga-September lang yung nakamemorize.
Ganun ba? So that means that some of you have a very healthy short-term memory. Pero I don't know if you can still retain it. Tanong ko ba?
Later.
I will ask you later again. If you can still memorize my number. Uy. So now, tapos na tayo sa short-term, sa sensory store, short-term memory, and long-term memory. Remember, di ba kanina sa diagram, may nakita kayo after sa short-term, sa sensory store, di ba may bridge?
Chess.
Anong meron sa bridge? Anong word ang nasa bridge? Ano ba?
Very good.
Di ba? Sa sensory store, after sa sensory store, may attention. Sa bridge ba? Sa bridge. May attention. So, ito yung i-discuss natin. Selective attention. So, anyone can give me a definition. In your own words, what is selective attention? Anyone?
Pinili lang. Ay, mga focus.
Focus. Thank you for the word.
Nakakifokusan nga isa, kibali dagang choices, isa lang imong gingo. Nakakigili.
Yeah, focus again. So,
Discrimination RT ba to?
From the root word itself.
di ba? Apply na to ang mga learnings.
Bot.
So, selective attention refers to the capacity for or process of reacting to certain stimuli selectively
Tapit.
when several occurs simultaneously. So, tama yung sinabi ni Number kanina na of all the choices that was given to us, we can only focus or we can give selective attention to that certain thing. So, di ba remember kanina sa first diagram na pinakita ko, sensory store, short-term memory, and then long-term memory. Dito, input, sensory store, and then bridge, which is the filtering, and then short-term memory. Kasi, for example, ako, nag-discuss ako dito sa front. But then, I prefer to focus in my discussion kahit may nangyayaring maraming bagay sa paligid. May nag-chat sa likod, may nagunting-gunting, may nagsulat, ganon. But still, my focus, my attention is to give you my report. Ganon. So that is the selective attention. Despite all the distractions in my surroundings, my attention, my focus is this, my report. Ganon. So, may nangyayaring filtering sa ating sensory
Mga necessary lang.
stores. Ganon.
Mga necessary lang information for everything.
Correct. Thank you. So now, ang among topic ni Sophia is select attention and concentration. In your own words, what is attention and what is concentration?
Concentration is focus.
And then,
Without attention, dili ka makakonsentrate.
I think attention is kanang given focus on a certain thing, while concentration is your ability to stabilize or to
Maintain
sustain your attention.
actually, let me share you know, tama man to, tama inyo ang mga idea about these words. But the only thing that differs from these two is that the time you're giving.
Sustaining
Attention is kada.
As a concentration, you are giving deliberate effort in with time, with longer periods. Well, attention is kana lang, attention. And then, like na po, ana lang ba? So, attention is the ability to focus on a task or object, while concentration is the ability to maintain this attention for a certain amount of time. So,
Sa di ka concentrate, dili attention.
pare-pareho sila, kaso yung concentration, ang consider niya is ang time.
Sustaining mo
Ma-retain mo attention for a longer period of time.
Sustaining mo time.
Yes, Ra? For example, I can give attention to actually siya. So RC, the after RC, attention na po ng anak ka Sophia.
Sustaining mo pa.
Ang akong concentration, ma-maintain yun ako akong concentration sa RC.
Without distraction.
Without distraction.
Without distraction.
Kahit maingay yung paligid, ako, nakakonsentrate na ako ng RC. That is concentration.
It's like, uy,
Yeah. Oh, ganun. And then, this concentration has three types. So, the first one is concentration. Refers to people's deliberate investment of conscious mental effort in processing information that is important to them at a given time. For example, sa swimming, kunwari sa swimming competition, si Uding yung athlete. Si Uding, kinakabahan siya kasi siguro sa pressure sa audience, sa pressure sa coaches, or sa pressure sa parents, or anything that is kanang anxiety, ganun ba yung mga distractions niya. But then, concentration happens in, sa situation when Uding's coach is kanang ginahingan siya ba o kanang mga comforting words. For example, Uding, ayaw ko ba? Kaya ni mo ni. Motivation, ganun, i-motivate siya. So, ang concentration ni Uding, ni athlete, kaysa coach. Ang nag-concentrate siya nga, i-retain niya ang mga words sa coach para mawala ang kanyang anxiety, ang kanyang nervousness. So that is another situation of concentration. Any other example kayo? Baka may bahagi kayo example of concentration. Okay na? Okay. Second one is the selective perception. Selective perception or the ability to zoom in on task-relevant information while ignoring potential distractions. For example, sa basketball, may foul, so you're given a penalty shot. Sa foul ba yun na nangyayari? Penalty shot? Sa basketball, di ba? May foul, so the athlete or the player will be given a penalty shot. So ang focus sa athlete is that to shoot the ball on sa ring, ignoring the surroundings distraction. May nag-boo, may nag-cheer, Ano pa ba? Ang pressure sa coach, usually, ang noise distraction. So, di ba, pwede mong ilaan ang iyong attention to other things, but then, since it is a selective perception, you are concentrating to your task, which is to shoot the ball without considering the other distractions in your surroundings. Yes, Raba?
Yes.
Okay. And the last concentration is what we call divided attention. Refers to the fact that with sufficient practice, athletes can learn to perform 2 or more concurrent actions equally well. For example, ano man, basketball lang yapon? For example, sa basketball, while nag-dribble ka,
Tumingin ka sa mga
nag-dribble, didagan ka, you run, and then you're looking for an opportunity to pass the ball. So how many attentions are you focusing? Tatlo. Dribble, running, and opportunities to pass the ball. So that is the divided attention. But it only happens with considering that you have practiced enough those skills. Yes, right? So, akit na dito. We have a practical value of good metaphor that concentration as a mental spotlight. Kita naman mag-spotlight, di ba? Spotlight, usually it is hung above or sa ceiling. And then, it is like, di ba, di ba, muna siya, spotlight, which it's like a big flashlight. Yeah. Pero usually nakahang sa ceiling para, ano man yan, para sa, for example, sa theaters or sa concert.
Para sa focus.
Para ma-focus ang attention sa audience sa mga performers. Ganon. So that is a representation taraw na concentration as a spotlight. Correct. Ito, the target is illuminated and reaches conscious awareness. Kasi pag nakafocus ka, pag nakafocus ka sa isang bagay, over and over again, you will retain it to your short-term memory. And then, after practicing, after rehearsal, the skill, it will be encoded to your long-term memory. Yan. And then, we have here that concentration is never lost, but merely directed at wrong direction. Kaya, mostly sa athletes, kahit masasabi natin na very talented athlete, very well performer, pero with distractions, it can affect their performance. Diba, kahit sabihin natin na very active raw, star player, gano'n. Pero pag ma-distract, X ang performance, 0 pa rin. But then, yun lang yung distractions lang yung ang nangyari. Gano'n. And we also have here the external focus of attention and internal focus of attention. Sa internal, usually, it's more like on your body awareness, bodily movements, ganon. Ang iyong focus ay nasa iyong self. For example, kung mag-swimming ta, usually, ang ato ang attention is nasa tong body. Do we have to mag-float ba ta? Or kanang pattern sa breaststroke, paano ba? Dapat ba una sabay ba ang kamay at ang paa? Or alternate ba? Ganon. So that is the internal focus of attention. We are giving focus to our body or sa ato ang self. And then the external focus of attention refers to the attention surrounding in our environment. Wala na. Possibly those are
Proprioception and exteroception.
yes po, opo. Ganon. Thank you for the word. Yan lang yun. Okay na ni. And then, we also have here a metaphor na pag i-expand mo ang scope ng spotlight, mas marami kang malalaman ng mga bagay-bagay. Kasi, malawak man ang kanyang scope. So, di ba? But usually, in this sense, general things lang ang ma-acquire ng mga athletes or performers. Kasi hindi man kasi focused eh. Diba? So, malaki ang scope, kaya general lang yung nalalaman. But then, when we try to narrow the spotlight, I think it enables athletes to concentrate on just one thought. So, di ba? Specific na. Kung wider ang scope, general, and then kung we narrow the scope of the spotlight, ma-specific ang focus ang attention ng student, or ng athlete, or ng performer. Last slide na yun. Why do athletes lose their concentration? So we have here two considerations, the evolutionary and working memory. Evolutionary, given, for example, sa sinaunang panahon, the life before was very simple. No internet, no gadgets, no technology. So, ang mga ancestors natin noon, yung mga gawain nila is very simple lang. But then, as time goes by, everything evolves, everything changes, marami nang nangyayari. So, our minds, hindi pa siya fully adapt to focus on all of the things around us. So, ganon. So, yun yung, somewhat like, evolutionary. And then, the second one is the working memory. This refers to the genetics. Siguro, you are born nga lagi kay short-term memory loss or di kaya may photographic memory ka ganun. Ano lang yun? Ano lang. So, any other questions about my topic? So, di ba sa memory we have 3. Can you still remember?
Sensory senses.
SS, STM, LTM.
Yeah.
And then sa selective attention we have also 3. What are those?
Visual.
O di ba nakalimot na mo?
Kami short-term memory.
Concentration, divided attention, and selective perception. Can you still remember my number?
Sorry.
36, 82, 417.
How many basketball balls are there?
5.
How many jumping ropes are there?
Walay door.
Naa.
5.
How many skating?
Shoes.
3. How many baseball balls?
5.
So I think your short-term memory is still functioning very well, very healthy pagyabang.
Back in
I like
30 seconds, mawa na ni.
Correct. Di ba 30 seconds time man may mong sir?
29, 28.
And I think that is all for my report. Thank you guys.
Ano yung rating may number?